Hello, this is Deanna, and I'm offering today a mindful listening exercise to go with this painting, releasing echo. Before we begin, I want a disclaimer that this should not be listened to while driving or operating machinery. This should only be listened to when you can safely relax. Before I begin, I want to suggest that your subconscious is a very wise knower of your being. It's a wise knower of how deep your subconscious needs to go to in trance, how safe it is for you to go to a certain level. We often go into trance every day. When we're driving, we might drift off and wonder about what are we going to do when we get home? What's on my list of things to do today? And all of a sudden, you're drifting off into space, and you only know you did that when you come back and you're like, oh, I was somewhere else. Most people do that every day. That's trance. And when we're in trance, we are more suggestible, but we can also receive important information from our bodies. It's one of the things I love about art, because when we look at art, it often takes us into another place for that moment. And we only come back from, say, a painting when we hear a sound in the distance that startles us back into our conscious mind. So today, what I want to invite you to do is just look at the painting in front of you, releasing echo. And I want you to notice how your body is reacting to the painting. We spend a lot of our day outside of our bodies. We get disconnected in all the actions of checking our phone or doing our tasks in the day, and we lose track of what our body feels. But to really be connected with painting and to connect into that state of trance where we may receive important information from a painting, it's really important to get back into our body. So I'm just going to invite you to notice that right now as you stand or look at the painting on the computer screen. Just notice if you have any sensations in your body, and just take note of those for now. Noticing the painting, the lines, the shapes, the colors. I want you to bring your attention up to your throat and just take a few minutes to acknowledge any sensations there. It might feel hot or cold, tensed or relaxed. Whatever you're experiencing is exactly what you're meant to. You're simply meant to witness what's going on around your throat. You see, I made this painting to connect with the throat area. The throat is often thought of as a place where our expressive energy releases. sometimes when we don't feel heard, we can have a feeling of blockage there. When we're able to freely say what we need to say and be heard, the energy flows naturally. This painting is of energy flowing naturally through the throat area. It's inspired by stories of women who lost their voices, falling in love with men who took them for granted. One is the Little Mermaid, and in that story, the Little Mermaid fell madly in love with a prince. And she loved him so much, she gave up her special magical voice so she could get human legs, so she could walk and be with the prince. But in losing her magical voice, the prince did not recognize her, and he married another. On her final day, because if she didn't marry the prince, she would turn into foam at dusk. On that final day, she was given a way out. She was given a dagger that she could return to the sea with. She could get her magical mermaid tail back. And her voice, if she just took the life of the prince. And so she walked into the room where he was resting with his new married love and held up the knife, but she couldn't do it because the Little Mermaid had a pure heart, and her heart was full of love, unconditional love. So instead, she accepted her fate, and as she evaporated into the foam, higher beings saw what she did and rewarded her by making her a daughter of the air. I like to think that this painting is about her getting her voice back. The title, Releasing Echo, refers to Greek mythology of Echo and Narcissus. So, just like in The Little Mermaid, Echo also lost her voice. She was only able to repeat the last part of what another person was saying. So, in falling in love with Narcissus, she couldn't tell him that she loved him unless he said it first. And she waited by a pool of water, not unlike this painting, for him to say it, and he never did. And so she evaporated, just like the Little Mermaid, into the air to become what we know as echoes. Again, I see this painting as Echo getting her voice back. Echo and the Little Mermaid becoming fully who they are, despite narcissistic actions and betrayal by other people. In making this painting, I was thinking about how these stories are not unlike our lives. Sometimes people break our hearts, our unconditional loving hearts, with actions of betrayal. And for a time, we might lose our voice. But there are powers to bring it back. And I'd like to think that this painting is about such power, and that it would attract, not unlike a siren song, people and viewers who have lost their voice. I'd like to think that in sitting with this painting, it works with the energetics of your body, an offering that you can choose to receive that gives you your voice back after it's been lost, or shows you how powerful your voice is. Now, this painting is sound and music that can't be heard by human ears, maybe by the mind, if you quietly sit and hear that music. I believe that music helps us to connect with the energy in the throat. In a moment, I'm going to start speaking and singing. The speaking and singing will sound unusual. It might sound like complete nonsense to some, but some people know it as speaking in tongues, while others call it light language. And the idea is that the random sequence of sounds works with your energy field. And I'd like to think that those listening who have come this far in listening to my story, listening to the stories of others, looking at my painting, probably is someone who needs to hear these stories, as someone who needs to hear this sound activation. And I have a knowing that these sound activations, when connected with the painting, the lines, the shapes, and the colors, amplifies the offering. You don't have to accept the offering, but if you wish to, it's an energetic offering to work with your throat area, to assist your voice to be heard, for you to connect with your voice. And so in a minute, I'm going to start speaking and singing, and just allow your mind to drift off while you're staring at the painting. And just allow yourself to notice any sensations in the body, any images in the head, or any other sensations or experiences you're having. It's not supposed to be the same for everybody. Om Dai Nama, Om Dai Om Dai, Om Dai Om Dam, Mai Namo, Mo Dai Om Dai Nai, Om Om Daya Shanaya Om Daya Om Daya Om Daya Om Daya Om Daya Inna Om Daya Om Daya Inna Om Daya Shana Om Daya Inna Om Daya Om Daya Om Daya Om Daya Om Daya Mona Om Yeshana Munda Yeshana De Omda Shana Omda Yeshana Yade Omda Yachana Kanayan Shanamodai Hayandayanda Shanamadaya Dai Hayashananayam Odaya Shanai Kadea Dayam Dayam Mina Omda Shanamari Dayam Dayatayam Dayashanamonda Yeshanamond Omda Yeshanayam Da Om Daishana Om Do Om Daishana Om Dayum Dayayum Om Daya Shanama Daya Daya Shananayam Daya Dayam Daya Dayandaya Shanamade Om Dayata Om Dayate Om Daya Shanamon Dayam Dayata Andayandaya Shanamade Om Dayata Om Dayata Itariomta Itariomta Intariomta 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 Om Daishanai Om Daishanai Om Daishanai Om Dai Hashanamaya Da Om Dayashanamo. And now, if you stay with me till the end, it's time to bring you out of trance. You might even be already awake, and that's okay. It's important to still go through the steps of coming out of a trance, because sometimes we think that we're fully conscious when in fact we're still in a daydreamy state. So I'm going to count from 5 up to 1, bringing you into a fully conscious state and having received the offering today. And it is my wish for you to be fully activated in your throat so that you can move forward in this world, speaking your truth, singing your song, or having found your voice again after having lost it. 5, feeling your toes, wiggle them if you can, just noticing your feet and your legs becoming more awake. 4, noticing your eyes and how your eyes move freely from back and forth, even if you happen to close them during our time together. 3, feeling rejuvenated from head to toe and toe to head. 2, feeling fully activated and awake. 1, and you're back in your body, fully awake, recharged, and rejuvenated, and ready to go. Thank you for going on this journey with me.